Hi everyone, I'm here today with Rita Zuba Prokopets. Hi Rita.
Hello, Glenn. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. My name is Glenn Cochran. I'm co-chair of the conference, the Tesla Canada 2015 conference, along with Chris Wharton in October. We're doing a series of short interviews with people who are presenting at the conference, and today Rita is going to tell us about her presentation. Rita, what are you presenting on at the conference?
My presentation, the title I chose, Glenn, is Online Learning Enhanced via Educational Technology. As I mentioned before, when we were speaking earlier this month, it's a mouthful. The rationale behind the title is because my learners and I, at the CLB 6-7 class at the Language Training Center at Red River College, have been able to apply various web tools to achieve fairly good results, Glenn, in their language learning. In addition, I was able to observe many of my learners, quite a few actually, realize their full potential using educational technology. And I thought of sharing some of our experiences at your conference in the fall.
That's great. Now, that's a little bit about why you're interested. What specifically about education technology and language learning are you so interested in?
You and others who know me in the industry, Glenn, are quite aware of my passion for online learning, with online learning. I first got involved with learning at a distance in 2005 when I took my very first course entirely online, Glenn, as a learner then. Since then, I have used the online platform for both teaching and learning, and my students have welcomed this new and innovative way to learn. My learners and I work as, you could say, partners during the learning process and use the technology to help enhance their language learning while, of course, at the same time acquiring many other skills in the process.
Hmm. That's great. It's the best way to learn about technology is to learn online and to learn with technology. Um, Specifically using educational technology for languages, what are the special affordances or challenges with using language learning and technology, have you found?
Great question, very complex. While we were discussing a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned Richard Mayer. I studied him in some of the courses that I took a few years ago. Excuse me, Mayer is a psychology professor who has published on the science of learning and how multimedia plays a role in this learning process. He outlined several principles, Glenn, of education to keep in mind when using multimedia, which we all use when we teach online. And he places them within three categories. For the purpose of the short interview, I will mention two principles under one of the categories, which is fostering generative processing category, which, by the way, are part of cognitive theory of multimedia. The first one, Glenn, is the personalization principle, and it deals with keeping a conversational style when choosing learning tasks for our learners for listening, such as podcasts, videos, or slides. And the reason is to ensure the students' online interaction resembles a human-to-human conversation, very important for our language learners. Now, in terms, Glenn, of voice principle, Mary states that a human voice rather than a computer voice, and quite a few of the units have a machine tone to it. A human voice should be used, and he adds that the characteristics of the speaker's voice or the educator's voice or the audio recording voice can have a strong impact on the learners and their learning. And by that I mean tone, pace, pitch, etc.
Hmm. Fascinating stuff. It sounds great, Rita. I'm looking forward to your presentation. Have you been out to Lake Louise before, or have you been out there recently?
I don't believe I have ever been there. Glenn, I am looking forward to going not only to Lake Louise, but mostly to as many presentations as I can attend. I am a conference junkie. Those people that know me know that. I tend to attend 2 and 3 at the space of 1 hour. I try and catch a little bit of each one of them, but they're all so very interesting. It's hard to choose which one, and I'm looking forward to it.
That's great. Well, we have a really packed schedule for people like you and everybody who's attending, and a lot of variety this year too. So we're looking forward to
Yes,
seeing
I'm
you in
sure.
Lake Louise. Thank you very much, Rita.
Thank you very much,
See ya.
Glenn, and thank you for having me.